this first match. It's going to be Try-GaminG versus Dreamworld. Both two very solid teams. They are going to be competing for third place today. I think the winner of this match is actually going to advance to the finals to go up against Real Player.
Yeah, just to let everyone know, the game that we actually were having a talk with the devs yesterday, and we've come to the conclusion that Try-GaminG and Dreamworld will be actually playing their game now, and the loser will get third place, and the winner will move on to the finals, which will happen right after this series to go up against Real Players. So really looking forward to seeing which team will come out on top here, and that nothing to do with internet connections and stuff like that resulted in one of these teams, possibly not making it into that final game. So that's always a good thing. And here we are, though. We have Try-GaminG, and I don't know. I don't. Who do you think is gonna be the better team here? I mean, we saw Try-GaminG have a little bit of an easy series. I think they got a pretty easy 2-0 in their game, or in their best of three.
Yeah, they played against SDS and they won that pretty convincingly.
Yeah, they got a lot
Whereas
of picks that they
Upper,
wanted, like Freya and Wolfram, and just did a lot of work.
yeah, their draft was very very solid, and their two games was a pretty big stomp. Pretty much like just overran SDS. SDS kind of looked like they were a new team in my opinion. Maybe not synergized too well together, but congrats to Try-GaminG. They made it to day three. Whereas Dreamworld, they played against Synergy, correct?
Dreamworld played against Synergy. Yes, I'm pretty sure.
They're also called Easy in
Oh
game.
wait, no, they didn't. Real players played against Synergy. They did not.
Oh right, okay. So Easy, they 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 played pretty well. Like I think they got stomped one game, but then they came back and won two games pretty convincingly.
Yeah, yeah, that was the game where they looked like they had a little bit of miscommunication, and then they kind of figured out what they wanted to do. They got stomped in the first game, and then ended up, coming back, figuring out what they did wrong, and they understood their movement wasn't as good because maybe they had a little bit of miscommunication. They did that strat where they all went bottom and tried to clear a wave of something or something like that, and the other team actually countered them and did the same thing, but took the tower quicker and defended their own tower, and they went really far behind in that first game. So hopefully they actually did fix that up. So now they know how and what they want to do in the game, which is good. And I'm just gonna reiterate, guys, that the game of Dreamworld versus Try-GaminG is actually going to go ahead. We fixed all the issues with the players and stuff, and since there was issues with Fnatic yesterday, they will be automatically getting fourth place, and whoever loses of this in this best of three will be getting third place, and the next team and the team that wins will be facing RP in the grand finals after this series in a best of five, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the patch that's coming out on the 18th. So it's going to be Bruce Lee. So that's a big patch coming out, and there's going to be a lot of reworks to heroes. They're making more heroes a bit more skill shot based. It's going to increase the skill gap, which I really, really like. I really love it when MOBAs do that. It makes tournaments and competitive play a lot more interesting. So stay tuned for that. That's coming out this coming Wednesday, so you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a awesome patch, that's for sure. And just for everyone to know too, I had a couple of the community members actually help me out set up a Discord that's gonna be a little more active, and hopefully a lot of people will be active in it. And I'll be sending out the link, during these games, so you guys can all join and join your parts. There's a different group for South America, EU, Southeast Asia, and North America. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. I'm gonna try to be involved with that stuff because I know the one that we do have running right now isn't very controlled, and a lot of stuff goes on in there. So hopefully we can have a nice fun Discord chat where we can all play games and sit and chat and do some fun stuff in there. But it's gonna be a good game, and there's the guys actually kind of talking in the lobby right now. They're saying that they want to make it a great show for all you guys, and that means they're coming out here for blood. Clearly, they both want to make it a great show, but they both inevitably want to win. So that's nice to see.
Yeah, both teams super hyped for today's match, and I think it is going to be a great show.
I think so too. Both of these teams weren't. They won their games very convincingly, so it's gonna be nice to both put them up to the test. Yeah, Easy did lose one of their games, but I mean the 2 games they played after that, they won pretty convincingly. So it was
Yep.
I'm looking forward to see them both get kind of pushed around a little bit and see how they deal with it. They could maybe change up their strat or change up their drafts, and that's what we're getting into actually right now. So let's get straight into it, guys. And first ban is Poseidon, and we know Try-GaminG likes to run the Wolfram as well as Freya, but they're not going to give up the Freya, of course. And maybe they're going to try to sneak a Wolfram onto the red side here, and Una does get banned by Easy as well.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen maybe Red or Try-GaminG leave a little bit more OPs open. That way, when Easy first picks one of the OPs, they get 2 of the other ones. But it looks like they're just going to go ahead and ban the Freya, the SRAF. They don't want Easy to get that first pick.
And they might actually ban the Yuki here, which I think we did see Easy play a few times in yesterday's games. Or sorry, not yesterday's games, Friday's games. They actually did run that in the mid lane. And Aiden does get banned. We saw how strong that hero can be, and they actually do both ban out the Ares, who probably is a bigger threat than Yuki is. And they first pick Lotus coming out from Easy. I like that. It doesn't really give anything away, although you do give them the availability to pick a lot of things, such as like Apollo or even Grom, who's still in the pool. So I think that's what these teams might be going.
Yeah, they are hovering Grom, and also, like you were saying, that Wolfram is open.
Yeah,
they like to play it. So
I'd be surprised.
Murdoch
Ooh, and Crystal. They did
Wow.
go Crystal in their games as well yesterday. Try-GaminG, so that is something to note there. But Murdoch, I mean, we haven't seen much of him, but I think Try-GaminG was one of the only teams that did play them on Friday. So seems to be good, but Easy goes back to their classic Yuki with the Guan Yu. So far, really liking this lineup. They have a lot of stuns and a lot of crowd control and dive as well with Guan Yu. So it's going to be very hard for Try-GaminG to get into the enemy team's face. Try-GaminG hovering some heroes here. It looks like they are going to go for the Rockman. Well, we've seen Rockman played quite a bit, actually, in all the tournaments. He's been picked here or there, not a pick always, but he is picked. And is Tao going to go onto that Raven? We saw Tao go off on that Raven in the first day, and I think that's what it's going to be. And it's a Mulan and a Raven. So Easy do go with their classic Raven pick, and Try-GaminG is going to go with Vince, who has just been a classic AD carry pick throughout this whole tournament as well.
Yeah, and I think Raven is actually a really solid pick here because Raven's one of those ADCs who can play very, very aggressive with his ult because he has that egg. Even if he dies, he can somehow respawn. If Lotus can probably drop the ult for him until his egg respawns. But Try-GaminG, they don't have too much CC. They have Murdoch stun, they have Crystal freeze, but other than that, there's not too much that can stop Raven.
Yeah, but what they do have is a lot of damage. So if they can get that blow up potential off of one of those Murdoch stuns, it could be a disaster for Easy if they don't handle it properly. Because if they can, blow someone up with the Pyrus, Vince, and Crystal, just absolutely like ripping onto one hero, I'm pretty sure that hero is going to be dead. But they do not have a lot of CC. You are correct. Well, that's why I might give this advantage to Easy actually, because Mulan is a hero that you need to have CC with, or she's just gonna, or she's just gonna, what's it called? Just crowd immune away from you constantly, and you just won't be able to do anything. Never being able to lock him down and just getting killed. So it's gonna be pretty standard here. Both going for their own buffs. Nothing too crazy like we've seen in the last few days. Tao gets a defense buff, and Vince is gonna get a defense buff as well, so good news.
Yeah, and they're actually gonna group as 3 in the bot lane here.
Yeah, I think they would usually run Tao to go do jungle camps, and it looks like they're gonna dual jungle. They're missing out on some experience in gold bottom though by just letting that wave push into them. But I think it's okay. I kind of like this coming out of Try-GaminG. They're kind of running like a 2-1-2, but with both ADC in both lanes. So I mean, if they can get their 2 ADCs both farmed in both lanes, it can be pretty strong, or both their carries rather, because Pyrus is going to be played as a carry, I'd imagine, this game.
A little bit of poke on that top tower.
Yeah, used a bit of damage there. Trading a decent damage back and forth, actually. Getting some nice D wards out, though, by Try in this bottom part of the map. Rock, man, just being that force. D warding up top as well from Try-GaminG and Easy, so.
Oh, some TPs coming out. No, crystal cancelled.
Yeah. They actually did rotate the Yuki. Yeah, the Yuki, right? That is a Yuki.
Yeah, she cleared mid-wave and instantly rotated bot to secure the buff for their team.
Yeah, and it looks like they might contest this buff, and they actually do steal it. Mulan does steal the buff, and they get the buff down bottom as well. I'd imagine on who though? Oh, it's actually on the Yuki. Sorry. So both attack buffs going to the side of Easy. Pretty standard right now. No team wants to really get aggressive, but Dragon is going to be up in 8 seconds, so this is where we might see the first team fight. Really liking the wards coming out here from Easy. They have a lot of wards around this Dragon in the enemy jungle to know if they're going to come try to contest.
Nice full stun there from Guan.
Yeah. Vince actually does jump over the wall though, so good play there from him. Good D-warding out too, but Easy really controlling this map. I really like the way they're playing right now, using their wards with their vision.
They're gonna start it too. Rockman reads it. He does get confused though. Lots of damage coming out. Guan Yu gonna do massive spin into the backline. Doing so much damage. 2 players fall already for Try. It's looking for a disaster here. Guan Yu jumps off to Vince as well, takes him down, and that's
Lotus actually does all the Murdoch as well.
The backline. Can she land the confuse here? She does. Guan Yu jumps on, stuns off Murdoch, and it's a 4-man wipe.
Yeah, 4 for 1, and they're gonna get Dragon as well. So big gold lead swinging in their favor, up to 5K now. Good plays coming out there from Easy. They actually did really well. They actually instantly jump on the Vince, and Vince wasn't able to really get any kite potential from him because Murdoch was actually in their backline trying to do some work, so he had no one really able to kite him. And Mulan actually does steal the buff again, and they can't really stun him, so he's completely fine right now.
Yeah, that immune, that's pretty nasty.
Yeah, they have...
Because the Murdoch hammer takes so long, it travels in the air, she has so much time to just dodge it.
Showing why Mulan is very strong, especially against comps that don't have, or enemy team comps that don't have a lot of stuns. They only have a couple of stuns and they try to use it on him. He could just easily just get away and move around the map freely. They're actually going to be split pushing bottom now though. Good damage onto this bottom tower.
Yeah.
Zakar up in roughly a minute. See, I think the issue right now for Try-GaminG is they have maybe too much damage, and it might be strange to say, but they just don't have enough peel for their damage. So their damage, yeah, if they're able to get that damage out, there's a control immune from Mulan, but it actually gets away. And Raven chunking this tower. They might actually try to fight here. Yuki tries to use her whirlwind over the wall, but can't actually do anything there.
Vince canceled his CP. So if Easy actually takes a fight here, CP's gonna be on cooldown for a little bit. It's back up now, so.
Just pretty average right now. Zakar does come up. Big bad man Zakar.
I'd like to see Try maybe make an aggressive play on Zakar.
Yeah, this tower's gonna go down. I don't think they're gonna get there in time.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them maybe go straight for Zakar and just get that buff and start taking.
Oh, it actually does just die. The minion with the last little wand spell getting thrown from the ranged minion actually does take down the tower. So that's another tower down, going in favor of Easy, and they're just gradually making this lead bigger and bigger. Now up to 10K. So pretty standard stuff coming out here so far. I'd like to see maybe Rockman go possibly a Frozen Scepter, maybe to give them a little more CC as well. I know he has to build tanky, but maybe build tanky and then build into that Frozen Scepter later on in the game, just to give him some sort of CC, because they are really lacking in crowd control right now. Stuns especially.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And Raven, he has a huge power spike right now. He just picked up his Igneos and a mask.
Yeah, he is. He's leading the front with 11.1k gold in comparison to the Vince and Pyrus on the other team with only 8k each. So definitely leading right now, and his score of having 1 assist and actually getting the dragon in those 2 towers, allowing him to increase that gold lead so much. Very passive game though coming out here. 8 minutes, only 5 kills so far. So
yeah, we haven't. Oh, they're actually gonna take dragon so easily.
Yeah, very easily over the wall.
We haven't seen too much Raven in any of the tournaments, but Cal really showing us why he picked him.
Yeah, he's been playing him so well. I think in his games on Friday as well, he did so much work and carried so hard for his team, diving towers and just getting triples and ultra kills all over the map. They do have a ward on Zakara, so they know if Easy's gonna be doing it. And Mulan, look how aggressive Mulan can play and not be punished for it. That's the strength of Mulan right now. It's just they can't do anything about it. She could be wherever she wants on the map.
She can just keep evading those Murdoch stuns.
Yeah, she's just split pushing, and she knows even if they come try to gank her, there's basically no way for her to die. Taking this buff right now, Mulan gets a speed buff, so now it's gonna even be harder to catch her. Tao does get a gold buff, so increasing his gold intake. They wanna. It looks like they do wanna go for this top turret. They're actually gonna try to jump in here, but Murdoch does get the stun off, but they don't initiate. Vince clearing the wave, and Crystal doing a good damage right now.
Mulan actually starting Zakara here.
Good hammer there from Murdoch. Yeah, he's been chunking it.
We're gonna secure this easily.
Yep, he actually does jump in. Guan Yu and Raven in this backline trying to do some work, actually doing a lot of damage, and Godzilla is actually going in. Rockman doing so much damage to Tao. Tao's gonna actually drop here, but no, he actually just survives from that lifesteal, and they actually do take 3 for none. Mulan and Tao dropping so low there, but Tao with that lifesteal actually does end up staying alive. And they do have the Zakar buff, so this is gonna be so hard for them to defend. It might be game over them. Easy actually jumping on to Try, and Try actually backs up, and they have to give up that tower. They need their respawns coming up in 8 seconds, so they're gonna. Ooh, Mulan actually doesn't actually die there at all. And this Tao is just taking down towers so quickly. That build, just so much attack speed on him. And we could see the Mulan actually went a more tanky build than usual. Not really going an assassin oriented build, and I kind of like that. Allows him to like literally never be killed. Get poke onto Mulan. They're actually gonna try to dive here. AGN gets absolutely blown up. Guan Yu does land a good stun onto Crystal, trying to use his spin onto that backline, but they weren't able to actually get anything. Good kill onto the Murdoch though. Murdoch didn't even look like he was a frontliner there. He kind of looked like he was one of the assassins.
I'd like to see Raven just stick in this fight. I'd like to see Easy maybe push his top tower, but they are going to go in. Big stun there from Guan Yu right on for Rockman. Rockman really low. Raven just shredding. He's doing so much damage. Mulan in a lot of trouble. She's got to back off. Raven, he's too far up right now. He's doing so much damage though. He's staying alive. Oh my god, he's got 1 health. He's just shredding with that attack buff. And this might be game.
I think it's going to be game here, Sean. It looks like it's going to be going in favor of Easy in this game 1 over Try. And looks like Dreamworld will be taking game 1 over Try-GaminG.
Victory.
Well played by Dreamworld there. Very calculated, all-around great team performance. I don't think anyone really stepped or did anything wrong on their team. Only one death, and it did come from Tao, but the one death that it did happen, they ended up taking Dragon and getting 4 kills in return. So he did die for a good reason.
Yeah, Easy. I don't know. They play such a weird style compared to a lot of other teams. They pick. It seems like they just pick comfort picks. They don't really care about those OPs. They play what they like to play. They have that Raven. They have the Mulan, the Lotus, as well as the Yuki. It's like picks that we don't regularly see, but they just make it work.
Yeah, they play their style, and that's always nice to see when a team understands how they need to play and what they like to play. That's always going to be your team's best go to. But what do you think Try can do to maybe pick it up in the next game? And we did talk about some of their key picks that actually got them through into this day 3 now actually, with the likes of Wolfram being one of them. You think that might have been a good pick for them, maybe instead of the Pyrus?
Yeah, I think the Wolfram would have been a lot better than Pyrus. As you can see, Pyrus in this game, he didn't really do too much. And they already had a Vince. It just doesn't really make sense to me, but Wolfram, I think, would have been a lot better to face up against the Mulan. I think because Wolfram doesn't have too much CC, but he outbursts a lot of damage and he has good chase. I think he would have been a lot better to go up against Mulan. And also, I'd like to see them play a bit more CC heavy lineups. We didn't really see Try. They didn't have that much CC on their lineup. And also their item builds. I would have liked to see them maybe pick up a Frozen Scepter, because that's pretty much the only way you can counter Mulan, is you'd have to Frozen Scepter before she uses her control immune ability.
Yeah, and she definitely did a lot of work going 3-0-10 in that game, so definitely something that they need to be looking at. And it could be an issue of their Rockman pick, and I understand Rockman is actually a very strong pick, but it depends on their lineup. You can't be going Rockman when you don't have anyone to stun, or how's he going to actually be in there hitting people if they're not stunned? He's kind of just walking around aimlessly, and I don't know. I just feel like it's in a competitive scene, he's not a very strong pick in comparison to others, maybe like such as like Apollo or uh even Guan Yu, Lubu. Those type of heroes are a little stronger in my opinion. So, but with that being said, that is game 1 of this best of 3 so far, going in favor of Dreamworld. So we will be back very shortly, guys. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, the next lobby in game should be coming up. So please stick around. Thanks, guys.